So everyone keeps trying to silence me on this subject matter, but I am on a mission to change the wrongs that they've done. So an update on my daughter's police report. The police forgot to include the evidence in the police report. The evidence of father's testimony. That was never transferred to the jurisdiction that was investigating, so the prosecutor never saw it. So it never went to criminal court. So my daughter lost credibility being a victim by it not going to criminal court, and it was only staged in family court. All because they forgot to include the evidence. So what the investigative department let me know, one, that they were very sorry for not investigating properly. Two, that if a mother presents criminal charges while they have a pending family court case, they don't listen. They dismiss the fact that the mother has presented criminal charges because they feel that the mother's trying to be vindictive and alienate the situation. Not only did they injure my daughter by doing that, but I'm sure they've injured other families by doing that as well here in the state of Arizona. I'm not sure why they keep trying to silence me being an advocating mother, but I'm sitting here trying to have my daughter's truth validated and acknowledged of what's going on. No child should be physically hurt or sexually abused by a parent. And at the very least, they should not be isolated with that parent. But here in Arizona, justice is purchased. And my daughter's father having a shield around him, not allowing him to fall at all, is literally endangered my daughter. So facts, evidence, and integrity mean nothing, but as long as you have the money to buy the outcome, that's what they allow. So legalized human trafficking in family court. That's not acceptable. Also, what's not acceptable is my phone carrier letting me know that my phone has been illegally surveillanced and tapped while I'm fighting this in the state of Arizona. 3 Fridays ago, my house was broken into and things were moved and taken. Last Friday, things were taken off my patio. My car has been vandalized, and I can't help but to think it's all connected. So behind the scenes, there's bigger organizations that control things. And I'm dealing with a family that has had way too much control for too long. I'm not going to allow it to happen to my daughter. I'm breaking generational curses, I'm breaking cycles, and I'm telling you right now, I'm sitting here fighting to validate my daughter's truth. The fact that Arizona is trying so hard to conceal it and scare me from speaking about these things is beyond disgusting. I'm not going to stop until I see justice for my daughter, until she's home safe. And an emergency order of protection was supposed to be issued for my daughter immediately when they found out that they fumbled the evidence. The investigating department is failing to do that because they do not want to have any ramifications regarding the outcome of probably their jobs because they didn't do them correctly. Well, I'm sitting here fighting all of them because my daughter deserves justice, and I'm not going to stop until she's home safe. So please let me know if Arizona has injured you or your family as well. If you've been a advocating mother who was silenced in family court, or if your child was silenced as a victim because they didn't process it correctly in the investigation side and it never saw the prosecutor or criminal court. So please let me know, because that's exactly what they're doing to my daughter. She should not be isolated with her abuser in any way, shape, or form, but she is. And now I'm having to fight for visitation, and I have to pay the abuser child support. All because they do not want to acknowledge the evidence that they fumbled, which is a testimony video of father admitting to lying on my daughter's order of protection hearing to get it dropped, admitting to child abuse, and passively kind of joking actually about the sexual abuse. But how they interviewed him, they also let me know this on the investigation side. They gave him a phone call. They asked him if he committed the crimes. He said no, and that was it. But how do they question a child regarding these issues? Well, they interrogate them. They put them in a room with a mirror on one side with people standing behind it, and they use scare tactics for these children. Don't you think the roles should have been reversed? Because legally, a psychosexual evaluation should have been conducted from DCS, Department of Child Safety, but that never happened. An actual interview with the investigating department should have happened face to face. I would say a lie detector, considering there is no credibility with the person I'm fighting, because he admitted that he committed perjury in court. So why does he still have credibility when he also admitted child abuse? And I have proof of the sexual abuse. But instead, family court wrote a 16-page excuse why they didn't want to accept my daughter's police report. I had a judge hold on to audio, and they all seem to be involved in the same organization behind the scenes. Well, I'm here to fight that. God fights through me. This is my mission here, and I'm going to make sure that my daughter gets justice. Arizona, you're not going to intimidate me anymore. I'm holding facts and evidence, and I'm gathering more on every single one of you. Do your jobs. Actually get this to the correct authorities that need to investigate, because I'm dealing with all of your higher-ups right now. I'm not going to stay silenced about what you've done. This is disgusting, and my daughter deserves to be home safe, not locked up with her abuser. Her voice stifled, her truth completely ignored, and having to be on meds just to tolerate her surroundings because her depression is so bad. That's not what I want for my daughter. I'm the petitioner in the court case, and I was silenced as her advocate. She was silenced as a victim. Her victim's rights were completely ignored, and let alone her civil rights have been completely diminished. All because father's family paid for the outcome. And I'm fighting for justice here. After I get my daughter home, I'm going to be fighting for legislative changes so that way no other child has to deal with what my daughter has. This isn't right for children who are victims to be treated as if they don't matter or don't have a voice. So if the state of Arizona has injured you or your family as well, please let me know. Thank you. This has been an update on my daughter's police report case. Just so you know what's going on. Father abused her, and now my daughter is isolated with her abuser because family purchased the outcome, just to reiterate. All right, I will update you soon when I get more information.